Okay, today I'm going to show you how to create your own magazine using Affinity Publisher. Now this guide doesn't just apply to magazines, you can also apply this with newspapers, newsletters, book covers, comic books, posters, almost anything you want. My latest project is with Palomar College, which is based in San Diego. In this issue, there are 64 pages total, as you can see on the left hand side. And if you're new to desktop publishing, you're probably wondering, how do I even start? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at how to create your first steps in your publication. So I'm going to close this. And on here, go ahead and create a new document. And on the left-hand side here, you'll see there's a bunch of options for you to choose what type of output you want to have on your publication. Here, you see that there is a print options from A3, A4, A5, letter and legal sizes. And there is also options for you to create what kind of output you want to put on your web and social media platforms. And over here, the 1080 by 1080 pixels is mostly for Instagram carousels. And this one option is what I often use for that. Device options, and these are the ones that I don't really use personally. I just focus mainly on the print section. And down here, I'm gonna change this magazine into 8.375 for width and to 10.75. And the reason why is that when this document goes into the printing process, it's going to get trimmed, and we want to have some elbow room to give the printers to cut the paper. And so most graphic designers and printers will suggest that you give your document a 1/8 of an inch elbow room. And we're going to get to that in just a little bit. And over here is a DPI. I'm going to set this to 300 because print standard is 300 as recommended. But if you're doing a purely digital magazine, I would suggest go with 192. Some people might recommend 144 or lower, but I like my publication to be, in better quality, especially the images and graphics. So I'm going to keep my publication for this one 300 for now. I'm going to stick to, we're going to keep this in inches. Now you can decide how you want to place your images. Some people like to prefer embedded, which means the entire file is uploaded into the document, so you don't need to link it back to another folder somewhere on your computer. But the downside of being embedded is that it's going to take up a lot of space for the document. And prefer linked is the option where you can link the image to another folder in your desktop or laptop. And that way, the document doesn't have that much space. But the downside is that you need to have the exact image in that same folder, otherwise the program is not going to know where that document is going to link to, or the image is going to link to. The next part is pages. We're going to keep it facing pages, horizontal instead of vertical. Vertical looks more like a notepad or a drawing pad, but because it's a magazine, we'll keep it horizontal. Start on the right as opposed to the left, and we're going to keep it under 24 pages. Most magazines are a lot more than 24 pages, but we're going to keep it 24 for now, just to keep it simple. Color, because this is going to be in print, I'm going to change this to CMYK8, and I wouldn't worry too much about this. I'm not even sure what these are exactly, but the standard from my printer over at the college suggested that I keep it under US web-coded SWOP version 2. And we'll keep it not transparent because I like to have my background to be just white for now. Okay, in the margin section, I'm going to keep the inner margin to be about 0.75, same with the outer. And we keep it at the top, and the bottom just a little bigger. Different magazines have different margin sizes, so there's no right or wrong way to do it. But the rule of thumb usually is keep the margins so that if a person is holding the magazine and they're flipping through pages, that the thumb does not block any of the text or even the images. But that's totally up to you. And finally, the bleed. We're going to keep the bleed to about 1/8 of an inch all around, and voila. And this link tool here allows you to adjust a more customized bleed or margins, as you see earlier here. But for most of the time, keep the bleed consistent so that the magazine is more uniform. Alright, let's look at everything here. Looks good. Okay. Well, let's go create. And there we go. On the left hand panel, there's all 24 pages. So you have the front page, back page, and everything in between. We're going to go into take off preview mode so you can see all the little guides in here. We have the margins in here and the bleed as well. And that is it for creating a new document with Affinity Publisher version 2. If you have any questions about how to set up a new document, please comment in the sections below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.